Alright, we got pretty short notes today. As you can see, there is nothing on the back. It's kind of picking up with some stuff we talked about yesterday, which was multiplying binomials. Now yesterday I asked what binomials were, and none of us had a really good answer. But now we know.
Bi means two.
So we got two, and if I'm talking about binomials, it's two whats?
Systems.
Two, not systems. Two, it's simple, it's two terms or two pieces. Yes. So, remember what, systems was the thing we did before we got here. Alright, so two terms, so it's like this. You got two pieces in a parenthesis and two pieces in a parenthesis. These are binomials. The difference though between what you did yesterday and what you did today is that you're going to be multiplying different letters. So what we might have is, I highlight A, B, C, D, those will be the numbers. You'll have something like 5x plus 4y and 2x minus 1y. Something like that. So we're going to learn how do you multiply an x and a y together. You know how to multiply an x and an x. If you multiply an x and x, what do you get? X squared. But how do we multiply an x times a y? So just like you said, if you multiply these two pieces, 2x and 3x, multiply the big guys, that makes 6, but then you have x squared. Okay, so multiplying x's makes x squared. What do we do when you multiply an x with a y? Well, here's the deal. First off, if they got coefficients, multiply the coefficients. And then if you have different letters, then just write them next to each other. So if I multiply x times y, it becomes xy. And if I multiplied y times x, we'll still make it xy.
So it's 6xy too?
Not 2. Not 2.
So it's 6xy?
It's just 6 and then xy. Remember, now when we did the squared up here, it's because I had one x and another x. I could put that together as xx.
15ab.
But xx is just x
So
squared.
if we wanted the x squared, xy squared, we'd have to have 2x times 2x times 3y times 3y.
Then you would have an x squared and a y squared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had 2x, 3y, and 1y, then that would end up getting you y squared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what we're going to see on this one is just 1x and 1y makes xy. Or on this one, you've got an a and a b, so 3 and 5 makes 15.
So it's 3ab. I mean 15
Yeah.
ab.
15 and then ab. Now if you said 15ba, that's not wrong, but just to make a good practice, put the letters in alphabetical order. If you're looking at any kind of test, those answers are going to be in alphabetical order. You won't see an answer that says 15ba. It'll go alphabetical. Now here I got 5m times negative 2n.
Negative 10mn.
Negative 10mn's. And then the last one, I did this one, the letters I did out of order. This is negative 30, but we're going to say BC. If you said CB, or if you catch yourself writing CB, just go, wait, B comes before C, alphabetically. So it's negative 30 CB, but better would be negative 30 BC. Okay, keeping that in mind, what we're going to do is go back to what we learned yesterday. Now, when you multiply the binomials, there was a little four-letter word, and what was it that helped us do it? It's FOIL. You're going to FOIL, but if you ever find yourself multiplying an x and a y, remember that just makes xy. Or an m and an n, that just makes mn. So let's draw the arcs. Let's FOIL this out. First one is go from 2m to 3m. That makes 6m squared. I'm going to write it small over here to the right because we're going to have to simplify. So I got 6m squared. That's my F. My O means I'm going to go from the far left to the far right. So I'm going to go here to here. That's going to be 2m times 4n.
8mn.
8mn's. So there's my F, there's my O. Now my I makes me multiply the inner two, which is 21. Now this is an N and an M, but let's call it MN instead of NM. 21 MNs plus 21 MNs. And our very last one, okay, that was the 21. Our last one is the 7n and the 4n. This way. Let's do my L. 7n and 4n makes
28n
n squared. N times n makes n squared. So I got 28 n squared. So I'm going to zoom in here on this.
It's tiny.
I know.
How's your write so small? Oh, that's a small marker.
Yeah, I got a small Sharpie. Okay, if you FOILed it out, here's your F, your O, your I, your L. Always check your middle two. If they're both MNs, they're like terms. So you can actually put the MNs together and make 29 MNs. So it's a trinomial answer.
6n squared plus
29 MNs. 28 n squared. Just like that. And that's what we're looking at.
So that's all we do?
And that's it. So we're FOILing. The only difference between yesterday and today is that you're going to have two letters. So you'll have to put them together as MN. And your last term ends up being n squared. Now the next one we have two letters. There's different letters, B's and C's.
This is easy.
This is really easy.
Okay, let's go. Let's FOIL this out. First one gives you what? That's your
15b squared.
So I got 15b squared. That's my F. Now my O, keep in mind, this is a -2. It's not +2. So I got 3b times -2c.
Negative 6 BC.
-6 BCs. All right, then my I got a 5 and a 5.
25 BC.
25 BCs. And then my L, I got my 5C.
Negative 10c.
And my -2c makes -10c
Squared.
c squared. Now can you put your O and I together?
Yes.
And what's that make?
19 BC.
Yeah, 19 BCs. So we really only have 19 BCs. And that's it. So I got 15 b squared plus 19 BC.
Squared.
Not squared. And then the last one is -10c squared. Really small. I didn't give you much room to write, but I was able to squeeze it all onto one page for you to make it very short and sweet. The biggest thing is, when you multiply binomials, what do we got to remember? How do you multiply binomials?
Foil.
FOIL. And if you happen to multiply two different letters, what do you got to do? Like,
Add them together.
yeah, just put them together alphabetically. B times C makes
BC.
BC. Keep that in mind. And that's it.
C
Very
times
simple.
B equals BC.
C times B is
BC.